Welcome back to the Garden Salad channel. Today, as you can see, I'm not in the garden. I'm in my office. So today we're going to look at growing some fruit from the supermarket. So I've got some different fruits here that we can grow. I've chosen fruit that will need some cold stratification. So we've got an apple. It's a nice Gala Apple. We've got pear. It's common pear called a Packham Pear, and we've got a green apple called a Granny Smith apple. So those are my fruits there. I've also got these here. Now, I don't know how well they're going to do. They are peaches. So these peaches I got from the supermarket. I don't know what variety they are. They were imported from USA into New Zealand, and they're just labelled as yellow peach. Now, they're a little bit motley. The pattern on them, they're not quite a smooth colour, so I'm not actually sure what variety it is. So it's very different texture. This one here has the mottled kind of colour on it. Not sure if you can see that up close. So I'm not sure what variety they are. They're just labelled yellow peach. So I just want to show you that all these things here can be grown straight from the supermarket. I'm not sure about these ones though, because with the USA peach, I've looked at them before and I've tried to get the stone in the middle of the kernel out of it, and it's been shriveled and not viable. Whereas all the ones in my own country have been fine. So I'm not sure if it's just the variety, or it could potentially be the fact that these have been sitting around, coming all the way from a different country, a container, being chilled, just been there for a long time. It may have made them not viable. So today we're going to start with, I think probably the Gala. Now, I don't want to, I'll just snap these because I don't want to cut the seeds. Now, in here we can see that it does have some seeds in the apple core, and if I just punch them out, that's perfect. I don't want to damage the seeds at all. So let me see if there's any more. Nope. Same with this one here. Just crack it open. No seeds there. Another one here. Another one here. Okay, so here we have these 4 fresh seeds from the Gala Apple. One thing you probably want to look at too is, if you know the variety, then you may want to look up whether there's they're protected under the Plant Variety Act. I'm not sure what it is, but basically it means that you shouldn't grow protected plants that someone else has the rights to. So what I've chosen here are these different fruits here, which are all that you can grow, basically. The rights to them has expired long ago. They're more of an old style type of fruit. So let's try the Granny Smith. This here has got a few more seeds, I think. The seeds are slightly different, so I'm just going to take these out. 1, 2, 3 there. Let's see. Try and drop things and cut this out. there any more? No, there's no more there. There's another one here. So one thing you want to do is, if you're doing something like this, what you want to do is you want to keep your seeds a little bit separate, so that you know what they are when you go to cold stratify them. So, any more here? No. What about this side? I guess one more here. Oh, two more. Another one hiding in there. Cool. Okay. So I've got the seeds out of these two. Lastly, I have this one here, which is a Packham Pear. Now, let's see what we've got. Okay, here we've got another one. You can just see poking through. So this seed here is a nice big fat plump seed. This will be perfect for growing. This one here, it's a bit hard to see, but it's a very flat, very thin seed. This seed here will not grow. It's too small. Like it just won't turn into a plant. It won't root at all. Okay, so a couple more here. This one here is, again, it's too flat. It's not going to grow. What else have we got? This one here looks okay though. Oh, no, again, it was two flat ones. Of course, with these, you can just simply eat them, wait till you have the core, and see what comes out. Okay, those seeds aren't very good either. This pear is not doing well at all. No. Not at all good. So, out of that pear, we only got one seed. All the rest are not viable. They won't fruit, which is not ideal. Now, this one here, which, by the way, looks like a fantastic peach. In the middle here is a peach stone. Tastes really good. I would be happy if this one grows, but I don't know. Now I'm just going to cut this out here. In the middle here is this stone. What I'm going to do is go away, clean this up, and I'm going to come back and show it to you. And hopefully, you're about to see what I'm talking about. So, I'll be back in a moment. I'm going to clean this up. I'm going to wash it off, and you can see the stone in the middle. Right, I am back again, and I cleaned up the seed. Oh, I'm dropping the seed. As you can see, this is just been washed off. So you can see the seed in the center. Now, what's actually we're going to grow is not the outer seed, which is this part here. We're going to crack this open and get the inner seed out of it. So it bought me a few things. One of them is a hammer, but if I try and bang this, it may disturb all these seeds here. So I'm going to put this aside for the moment, and I'm going to deal with these seeds. Bought other stuff here, so there's some water, which we're going to need, and some plastic bags, pen to label it, and just out of shot here is some paper towels. So what we're going to do is with the paper towels, we're just going to fold it up like this, just a couple of times. It's all good. And we're going to put these seeds inside the paper towel, like so. Now, we're going to put these in the fridge, but they need to be moist, because they're going to be there for at least a couple of months. So, what we're going to do is just dribble pat some water on this here. Now, we don't want to make it absolutely dripping, sopping wet. So just a bit of water's good. Not sure if you can see the seeds through that. You can see that we have actual fact made it quite damp. That's okay. Now these bags here, which is the way they're open. This is the way. Now I've got this little plastic bags, and we're going to chuck this in here. And I'm going to lay it out flat, like so, just like that. Zip it up, and that's done. Now I just need to put it in the fridge. However, you really need to know what it is, because in a couple of months' time, when this stuff starts to put out some seeds, some shoots, then you're not going to know what it is, especially if you have other apples, pears. They'll look very, very similar. So I'm just throwing on here Gala Apple, and currently it is the 28th of June. So for me, where I am, this is the first month of winter. Hopefully, within a couple of months, by spring, these will start to have little shoots out. So we'll come back and we'll look at that at another time. Probably another video, actually. So that's one done. Now we're going to do another one. So make another paper towel up. Fold it like so. Put these seeds around. You just want to space them out just a little bit, just so that if they do put out shoots, then they're not going to get all tangled together. Now we're just going to put some moisture on it. Now I'm not sure if you can hear, I hope you can't, but there's some kids playing just next door outside my office for the neighbours. So if you can hear that, I'm not sure if the microphone picked it up, but don't be alarmed. The screaming is not someone in trouble. It is someone having fun. Okay, so that's that one done. So put this in here. And this one was the Granny Smith. Granny Smith Apple. I'm going to date it again, 28th of June. We date it so that in the future, when we come back, we know how long it's actually been in there for. You know, if it's been there 6 months, then those seeds are probably going to be dead. Okay, last one here, which was the pear. And one seed. Bit of a shame, I did expect more. It's good to have more because sometimes seeds, they're not viable, as we say, so they don't grow. So you want to put a few different seeds in there, so that if one doesn't grow, then you have some more backups. Alright, so dig it up. So it's Packham Pear, 28th of June. Last of all, I'm going to show you this. I'm not sure whether I can crack it here, because normally I'm outside and crack it on the concrete. And also usually I like to dry these for just like 2 or 3 days once they're outside the peach. So let's have a look. Okay. Right, as I suspected, this may be the case. This should be the kernel of the centre of the peach. But you can see it's all flat and lifeless, and it's got nothing going for it. So what you really want is one that's nice and plump. And I have one that I have grown from supermarket and it's sprouted. So I'm going to grab that and then I'm going to show you what that should look like. So here we have one. It's just labelled white peach. So inside it, we can see that there's already a shoot starting to grow and a root trying to get out this side. So I'll try and pull this apart gently. Now, if you notice, there are a few mouldy spots on this. What I've found in the past, sometimes you get mould, and every maybe month, I just check it and make sure there is no more mould in there. And if there is, I just get a fresh paper towel and just chuck the mouldy one away. So here you can see this seed here that was definitely viable. So you can see it's putting out some roots here, and it's putting out a shoot at the top here. So this top part will turn into a tree, and this part here obviously will go into the ground. So if we just lay it flat in some topsoil, which I'll do after this video, then it should be all good. I'm not sure if you can see this. Let me come into the camera. Can you see that? Yeah, made it feel better. So you can see the shoot there coming out the top. You can see the root coming out the side. As you can see from the seed, you can see how it's actually growing from the end, from the pointy end. And that's how the seeds like to grow. So this here I'm going to plant, because that's all ready to plant out. And for these other ones here, these other 3, I'm going to chuck these in a refrigerator and we're going to see how they go. this peach here, I'm gonna eat at my leisure and then open it up and see what's inside. I am assuming it's probably going to be the same as this because that was from the same batch in the supermarket. So most likely it's going to be the same. So I won't bother opening it on camera. If it turns out to be good, I will turn the camera back on and I'll show you what it looks like, even though you've already kind of seen it here. Okay, that's it for me here in the office. What I'll do is I'll show you some of my little peach trees outside that I've grown from the same way. I have a couple out there. One of them is a golden peach, and one of them is just a yellow peach. Not sure what it was. And another one was grown from a cutting that my friend gave me, and it's grown, and I have no idea whether it's a yellow or a white peach, what variety. It was just a cutting. They gave me a branch, I cut pieces off, put in some soil, and that was the one that grew. So I'm not sure what it is, but I'll show you those shortly. But for inside, that's me. We'll see you outside. So this was the other seed that came out of the other peach. It is not as flat, it has a little bit of something inside it. So I think what I'll do, I don't think it'll grow, but just in case, I will chuck it in the fridge with the others, and then we'll just see how it, whether it develops. Probably not, but then you never know. You never know. We'll chuck it in, see what happens. A couple months' time, if nothing's happened, then we'll throw it out. So as you can see here, it's a bit hard to see. It's winter. The garden's full of weeds at the moment. I need to get in there and weed this place. But these are my peach trees, gone from seed from the supermarket. This one here is the golden peach, and the other one was the yellow peach. In the weeds over here is this little guy here. So this one here was the cutting from my friend. So I'm not sure what this is yet. We'll have to wait till it grows. Unfortunately, it got snapped off down here by either my son or the dog walking through here, and hasn't really, never really came back. Well, it did come back, it started to grow, and then the same thing happened, got snapped off again. I had to cut it off a second time, and this at the start was the same size as these ones here. But you can see how thick this is now. They were planted, they were about the same size, just the other one got snapped off a couple of times. So these two plants here, we'll see how these turn out. Okay, here we are. I'll plant this in here. Oops, that's another camera.